The Dolphins last week and has already visited the Saints and the Titans. Suh only had 4.5 sacks in Miami last season, which was the third year of a 6-year, $114 million deal. The Rams have already added defensive backs Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib this offseason. Shannon, how much better would Suh make the Rams?
Woo! Skip, they were fifth in takeaways last year. I can assure you, if they were to get Ndamukhong Suh, they would be number one. Ndamukhong Suh has never played alongside a defensive player that he thought was better than he was. He goes to the Rams, he's automatically the second best defensive lineman they got. Because Aaron Donald is a monster.
He is.
And I can't imagine those two guys, and I think it would be good for him to see Aaron Donald work every day and to watch Aaron Donald. And when they watch tape, look at Aaron Donald's motor and look at Ndamukhong Suh's motor. Because everybody knows Ndamukhong Suh can be dominant. The problem is he's not dominant nearly enough. He takes far too many plays off. And nobody plays. If a defensive lineman is going to play 65 snaps, nobody is going 100% 65 times. But Ndamukhong Suh was taking far too many plays off for the amount of talent that he has and for the amount of money that he's making. And that rubbed Miami. Because, Skip, 17 million, yeah, that's a big cap number. But if he had 10.5 sacks, they're not letting him go. They're saying for the kind of money that we're paying you and the kind of production that you're giving us, that doesn't mesh. Kind of like somebody else we know, but we talk about them on down the road. But if he were to go there, Marcus Peters or Aqib Talib will lead the league in interceptions. That ball's going to come out quick. It's going to come out really, really quick. And I think it would be very, very good for him to play alongside another potentially all-time great. I believe Aaron Donald is headed towards all-time greatness. It would do Ndamukhong Suh some good to play next to a guy to let him know what could have been. Because Ndamukhong Suh is equally as powerful, equally as explosive. And he has the ferocity. I mean, Ndamukhong Suh is an old throwback player because in the 80s and the 70s, 90s, he's Joe Green. He's those guys when you could do anything. Everything went. But now you can't do that. That's dirty play. But he has ferocity, Skip, and I believe it would do him some good. Now, whether or not they can come up with the money to pay, because they're going to have to give Aaron Donald $70 million guaranteed. That's what they got to do for him. Because he came in late last year. He ain't coming in this year till you pay him some money. So how much are you going to have to give Ndamukhong Suh? But if you put 93 next to 99, it's going to be trouble. Trouble.
So here's my question. I agree with everything you just said, but it can also be trouble in the locker room or in the defensive huddle because you got now, if they signed Suh, you would have 4 players as your mainstays on defense, the 2 corners and the 2 tackles, who have a little, not Donald, but Suh, the 3 players, who have a little renegade in them, little outlaw, just a little bit of whatever that is, a little bit of bad actor. We know Marcus Peters, Talib have had their issues and incidents, and Suh in different ways has had his incidents. He's had some off the field in Detroit. And there's an NBA sort of theory out there that I've heard since the 70s. It's called the one knucklehead theory. It's in the NBA. Obviously, you're only playing 5 at a time, but you can coach 1 knucklehead, but you can't coach 2. Like if you have 2 knuckleheads on your team, then it's going to fall apart. Especially if you start losing, they'll just come unglued. The locker room will come unglued. In this case, you could have 3, bad actors, and you better win because if you don't, they're going to cause problems for your young head coach who's only 32 years old.
Well, the best part about this, Skip, they're all on the same side of the ball. You don't want the 2 knuckleheads, one's on one side, one's on the other side. But I think the thing is that they're not going to ask Ndamukhong Suh to be a leader. Aaron Donald is the leader on defense. He's going to be in a situation where he can win. Talib has won a Super Bowl, so he knows what it's like to compete. So you got guys with winner's mentality in there. So I think, and once they start to win, because remember now, this offense is still loaded. They didn't lose anybody. They lost Sammy Watkins, but they kept Robert Woods. They kept a lot of these young guys. They still got Gurley. I believe Jared Goff will only get better. With Ndamukhong Suh being beside Aaron Donald and get an opportunity to see how he practiced and to see how he works, and when you watch the tape and you see his motor, you can't do anything but get motivated. And then you got Wade Phillips calling the plays. Now, Wade Phillips has coached he can talk to Ndamukhong Suh. He said, Ndamukhong, I coached Reggie White.
He did.
I coached Bruce Smith.
Mhm.
I coached Von Miller. I coached Ricky Jackson.
He
I
did.
coached J.J. Watt.
Yep.
You have that ability.
That's a great point.
I just need you to play. I just need you to give me effort.
Yep.
Ndamukhong Suh going to be hell to deal with.
So
Let him go. I want him to go to the Rams.
So you didn't play for Wade, but he was.
Yeah, he's the head coach.
I mean, but he was your head coach.
Yeah, he was the defensive. He was my defense coordinator the first 3 years.
First 3 years.
Yes.
Okay. Could he handle as a coordinator these guys?
Yes.
I don't know how he handles.
They love
Tough to handle players.
They love because here's the thing. Wade doesn't have a whole lot of rules.
Yeah.
He won't even get upset if you get a personal foul. As long as you playing hard, he'll deal with whatever else happens. And I remember at the Super Bowl when they play in Carolina, and I was down on the field. I was talking to him. I said, "How you feel?" He's like, "I got the easy job." He said, "I'm just going to turn them loose." He told Andrew Craig, and that, like, I'm not worried. He's like, he asked him was he worried. He's like, I'm not worried. He said, I got the easy job in the stadium. He said, I just let him go.
Well,
what you do? Ndamukhong, go to the quarterback. Aaron, go to the quarterback. Brockers. Okay, you two guys, you're on the islands out there.
Yep.
Because remember, he had Talib and Harris.
he did.
Super Bowl 50, Vaughn on one side, D. Will on the other, Malik Jackson and Derek Wolfe. That's what he got.
That's a lot.
Go home, go eat.
And he.
Dogs going hunting.
Yep. And Cam wound up in his close game, cutting it short, like, because that's what happened.
Von Miller cut his butt on the field, so hey.
I know he did. So I hear you, and I do agree with the point about Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald.
Yes.
It would be like Suh would be competing with the guy next to him,
Yes.
not with the guy across from him. He'd
Yes.
be competing
Yeah.
with that guy.
Yeah, because he knows that guy. Because here's the thing, Skip. You know that guy's trying to get to the quarterback. Well, I can't let him have 12 sacks and I have 5.
So, Suh has made a ton of money in his time. I mean, he made $60 million guaranteed from your Dolphins. And
Yeah.
I don't think he earned it all back, but he made it.
Yeah.
And over his career, he has made $124.2 million. So I would suggest to Mr. Suh that he should take a whole lot less to play with this group. Because in the end, don't you want to try to make a run and win a ring?
Well, he's looking at, hold on. Sam Bradford, at the end of this year, is going to be made 130. And he ain't had nearly the career I had.
Yeah.
So, no.
I mean, I think Sam Bradford's in the category all. That's
He's
like
in the
Sam,
Bradford
he's
category.
the only one in that bubble.
But it's going to be interesting to see how they can massage this and get Suh, because they're still going to have to do something with Aaron Donald.
Well, they say they're going to have to keep their cap open because they got to pay him, and they got to pay Jared Goff, and they got to pay Todd Gurley now, soon.
And here's the thing, and that's what you have to do, Skip.
Okay.
When you get these quarterbacks on these rookie deals, you got to win, because when they come due, because Carson Wentz is going to get about $32 million. So what you going to do then? Because then you have to start selling off. So you got an opportunity. Rams, next 2 years, go for it, because Jared Goff going to want a ton of money. Todd Gurley, he looking at, come on, Le'Veon, I need you to set the bar. I need to know what I need to ask for.
Yeah, I realize 4 or 5 other teams, I'm not sure which ones, are interested in Suh, according to several
The Rams would
reports.
be the best situation.
This is it. So if you have to take a little less money to play here, you should do it, because if he did it and he committed heart and soul to this, which I think he would,
Yes.
even if he's being, in his mind, underpaid, this team with this defense, because remember, the one issue with the Eagles, we can talk all you want about the defensive line rotation, the secondary is just okay.
Correct.
It's
That's correct.
just decent.
Not-
It's not great.
Yeah, they don't have names that jump out at you like to lead. Like
But
Peters.
this one, and then you got LaMarcus Joyner, who they tagged, and they just signed Sam Shields, who I've always respected. So those are your safeties. You got a secondary, man.
Yeah.
You got a Legion of Boom-like
Yes.
secondary.
Yeah.
To me.
And we didn't even mention Brockers, who's another first-round pick.
And
You can't double
he's
everybody.
off one edge, and that Westbrooks kid, that Evan
Yeah.
Westbrooks, who's pretty good.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. This defense overall would be a little better than Philly's overall.
Yeah,
just with
absolutely.
this kind of firepower.
Absolutely.
I think it's better than Minnesota's. I think all of a sudden the Rams could rival any. I mean, if they sign Suh, I'm gonna have to seriously consider picking them to win the NFC.
Oh, yeah, they'd have to. I believe if they were to sign Ndamukhong Suh, as far as defense, they would move to the head of the list. They would be better
might.
than Minnesota, because Minnesota doesn't have Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Because
and Minnesota does have Kirk Cousins, so that's a problem.
Why
Or
you
I
do
mean,
that?
I'm sorry, Kirk Cousins.
Why
They
you
have
do
Kirk
that?
Cousins.
Why you do that?
Well, you know how I feel. That is the truth.
When is Kurt versus Kirk coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he saved up, you know, his process because there was a big process, you know, the Jets and, you know, all these offers because that's a lot of money. One team's going to give me a blank check. The other team's going to guarantee. And then, you know, the Broncos like, we can't afford you, so go
Well,
ahead.
it sounds like there was only one process. He just went to Minnesota and said, here I am.
No.
I'm done. Huh?
Well,
They said his agent said John Elway never even made a bid, which I don't blame Elway.
Why be Skip?
Huh?
There's like twin houses in Malibu. Open bid. Why am I gonna bid on the house, Skip? I can't get it.
I never know. Maybe
No,
you
what?
know, maybe they're really trying to get rid of it.
No, they're not trying to get rid of it. They're not trying to get
It
rid
was
of it.
a rough night for Lonzo Ball last night, and we'll discuss that next.
What?